Ah, yes, my police car. Or, as the Nod Squad calls it, the Nod Rod. Here is an update to the masterful piece of work that it is. But before we start, I'd like to call attention to my wardrobe. Shout out to the homie, American Standard Canine Training. I still rock the t-shirt even though it has a bleach stain. Keep doing what you're doing, lad.
Avocado.
Like every piece of work, you must have a vision. And this piece of work was no different. So let me explain. In a nutshell, the year was 2020 and the world was on fire. So in lieu of all the lunacy that was going on around the world, we decided to purchase our very own police car for the channel. Now, we weren't very much concerned with her looks, but more her heart, as we were ready to embark on our journey in transforming this wonderful beast into a working police car. Oh, the possibilities! Adding cameras and cameras, we could simply make this a traveling podcast. Oh, we could have special guests, maybe even the Queen herself. But enough of that rubbish. All she needed was a little bit of elbow grease, TLC, and even my lovely assistant joined in giving her a proper rubdown. And after that, we met up with a chap named Roy who gave us some tips and bits for her. Oh, the plan was working lovely. The whole kingdom rejoiced and wanted to pitch in a hand. We met up with our friend Steve from the Florida Car Wrap, who gave us artwork worthy of the Vatican. Everything was looking bright and cheery, literally, because Whelan had reached out and said we'd love to put our lights in your car. Ah.
Whelan! What?
To top it off, we've had help from the Lightning Fleet Solutions. They ran wires in and out, north and south, here and there, well, just about everywhere. Now, I did say she was a masterful piece of work in the beginning, and I was not joking. Let's talk about some of the work that needs to be done. First, as Little John would say, we're going to start with the windows, and then move our way to the walls. Yeah! Now, one day she just stopped working altogether. I attempted to fix her, but nonetheless, she remains broken. So in order to keep out the weather and the bugs, I simply tapped into my Puerto Rican roots and made a hefty bag solution. Now, while trying to fix the window, of course, I must have done something. Now all of the windows will not go down. On to the next problem. And now again, I am not mechanically inclined, and this may be of my doing. As I attempted to fix the ceiling of the light on a prior engagement. As you can see, it did not stick. A bit of a false advertising if you ask me. While driving her on the highway, the piece I thought I secured decided to migrate and fly off on me. Don't believe it was a winter, nonetheless, it is gone. However, I did order a new piece, and this new piece does require a little bit of work. You see, I got a bit of a bump that requires me to do some customary cuts to the light. Need I remind you, my customary skills? Please reference my previous work on the headlight. Moving forward, the key to my problems literally is where I put the key. The vehicle just won't start. Now, this is an ongoing problem I've been having, so much so that I've trained my assistant to assist me in this procedure. Now I know what you're thinking. How will she ever find the lever to pop the hood? Give me a break. Of course I'd do it for her. Now that was not planned, but I left it in for entertainment purposes. My assistant was fine. Now back to what we were talking about. Right on cue. I could have written a better script.
And this is why you haven't seen the Nod Rod on the channel. So much to do!
Not to mention the profuse amount of water coming from her undercarriage. You would think that I pulled her straight out of a creek. So once again, as I stated in the beginning of the video, this is a masterful piece of work. And what I mean by that is a pain in my ass. So between the podcast, the police car episodes, the police vlogs, being a responsible daddy, and to my wife, Zaddy, and working as a full-time law enforcement officer, you could probably tell why you have not seen the Nod Rod on the channel. Nevertheless, I still hold it near and dear to my heart and will continue to make small improvements to get her back up and running once again. And with that said, thank you as always for joining me on the channel. But you never know what in the you're gonna get. Thank you, and I bid you adieu. I'll see you when I see you, and if I don't see you, well, then I'll see you.
Lord Squad represents.